In this video, I'm going to break down the simple 1-minute scalping strategy that has generated me and my students over $10,000 a month. And I'm going to show you the back-tested results behind it. And no, this isn't some overcomplicated indicator stack or high-frequency guessing. This is a rule-based, repeatable framework designed specifically for speed and precision. If you've tried scalping before but felt like it was chaotic, stressful, or inconsistent, this is usually why. It's not that the 1-minute time frame doesn't work. It's that most traders approach it with no structure. I use a very specific model to filter trades, control risk, and only execute when everything aligns. And this isn't just me. My student C-Saint just made $5,425 in one day using this exact approach. Not by overtrading, not by gambling, but by following the same simple rules you're about to learn. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire strategy, show you the back-tested data, and explain how to apply it properly so you're not just taking random 1-minute setups. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to scalp with clarity instead of chaos, and how to build consistency on the lower time frames. When most people hear 1-minute scalping strategy, they automatically assume it starts on the 1-minute chart. And that's the mistake most scalpers make. They stare at the 1-minute time frame all day, looking for tiny patterns, tiny breakouts, and tiny pullbacks. And they wonder why their results are so inconsistent. Because the 1-minute chart doesn't tell you where price matters. It only tells you what price is doing right now. This strategy doesn't start with entries. It starts with high time frame gaps. Before I can even look at the 1-minute chart, I need to identify where real money moved aggressively on the 15-minute or higher. Because if you're scalping without higher time frame context, you're just reacting. And reacting on the 1-minute time frame is the fastest way to blow your accounts. So let me show you why I use these high time frame gaps to define narrative first, and why this is the foundation of my entire scalping strategy. For those of you who aren't familiar, whenever I say the word gap, I'm referring to what's called a fair value gap. A fair value gap is a 3-candlestick pattern. As you can see, I have 1, 2, 3 candles here, in which we have space between the first candle's wick and the third candle's wick that's overlapped by the second candle's body. This creates what's called a bullish fair value gap. It's bullish because this middle candle right here is a bullish candle. So if price is up here and it trades down into this gap, whenever we reach into this gap, we'll expect a strong reaction in the opposite direction. The same exact thing goes for a bearish fair value gap. Whenever we have a 3-candlestick pattern that has space between the first and third wick, and the middle candle is bearish, it's going to be a bearish fair value gap, in which if price returns to this gap, you'll expect it to push price lower. And finally, we have what's called an inversion gap. This is when we have a bullish fair value gap that gets closed below, meaning that this was an invalidated bullish fair value gap and turning it into an inversion. So once this happens, we're going to expect price to no longer go higher since it disrespected the bullish fair value gap, and instead this will push price lower. The same thing applies if we have a bearish fair value gap that gets closed above. This no longer becomes a bearish fair value gap. Instead, it is now an inversion gap in which we will expect this to push price higher because we disrespected that bearish fair value gap. So if I come into the chart one day and I see that we have inversed an hourly fair value gap and we have an hourly bullish fair value gap below where price is currently sitting right here, then I'm going to assume that we're going to be bullish. And so since we're already sitting inside of this high time frame gap, as you can see here on our lower time frame, we're inside of that gap. This is literally all I'm looking for the first step of my model, is to just see price tag down into a high time frame fair value gap if I'm bullish, or up into a high time frame fair value gap if I'm bearish. So now we know where price matters. We've marked out our high time frame gap and price has traded into that area. But I'm still not entering because this area alone is not enough to enter the trade. Inside this zone, price can still chop. And on the 1-minute chart, that happens pretty quickly. So if you don't have a way to filter what's going on inside of the gap, you'll end up taking random entries. So before I ever execute, I need one more condition to be present. Something that tells me this isn't just movement, it's alignment. That's step 2. And once you see how I use it, you'll realize why most scalpers are entering too early. Let's break it down. Quick pause before we move on. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, this is a lot more structured than how I've been trading, that's exactly why I run my lifetime one-on-one mentorship. I work directly with traders to help them apply this model properly, not just understand it. We focus on tightening execution, filtering correctly, and building real consistency. There's a mentorship application linked in the description below if you're serious about becoming a profitable trader. Now, let's move on into step 2. This little line that I placed on my chart is something called SMT Divergence, a super complicated name for a not so complicated concept. Here I've drawn two of the exact same chart. I'm going to label this one NASDAQ I'm going to label this one the S&P 500. I'm choosing these specific indexes because they are what's called correlated markets, which means that whenever NQ moves up, ES also moves up. Whenever NQ moves down, ES also moves down. SMT divergence comes into play when we have a crack in that correlation, meaning that NQ is creating a higher high and a lower high in the same spot that ES is creating a lower high and a higher high. This is that SMT divergence, and it's important because it shows a weakness in one pair and a potential reversal incoming. So if I pair this with one of my high time frame gaps, I can be a little more precise as to where I'm entering versus just entering as soon as we tag into that high time frame gap. So if I take you back to this example right here, once we've tagged into the gap, if you'll notice, NQ is forming a lower low and a higher low, while ES in the exact same spot is forming a higher low and a lower low, forming that SMT divergence inside of this high time frame gap. So now we have two things in place. We know where price matters, we've confirmed the condition we're looking for, we've confirmed that SMT, but I still have not entered the trade. And this is where most traders give everything back, because confirmation without timing still leads to bad executions. You'll enter too early and sit through drawdown, you'll enter too late and ruin your risk to reward, or worse, you'll hesitate and miss the move entirely. On the low time frame, timing is everything. Nothing else, just execution. Step 3 is what tells me exactly when I'm allowed to press that buy button. It defines my risk, it defines my invalidation, and it completely removes hesitation. Let me show you exactly how I execute these scalps once step 1 and step 2 are in place. If you'll remember earlier, I showed you something called inversion fair value gaps. As you can see, we've tagged it down into this high time frame gap, and as we did so, we formed a 5-minute bearish fair value gap. So now that step 1, the high time frame gap, and step 2, the SMT divergence are in place, the only thing I need left is to inverse this 5-minute gap. And if you'll notice, we close above this 5-minute gap right here, doing just that, allowing me to set this as an inversion, and I can now show you trade number 1. I'm going to go ahead and press buy here. I'm going to set my stop loss below the SMT at the very low down here, and I'm going to set my take profit at a strict 2R, which would be right here. So I'm going to risk about $200 on this trade, and I'm going to gain about $400. All right, and let's see how this goes. As you can see, market opened right here. We wicked down into our drawdown a bit, never quite tagged that stop loss, and ended up hitting that 2R. And this was Monday, the 2nd of March, 2026. So now I'm gonna go back to the previous day. Looking at this day, the 27th, which is a Friday, if you zoom in on our, or if we just hop down to our 15-minute chart, you can see that just before market opened, we were trading right around here. And if I zoom out at this level and hop on my 4-hour, you'll notice that that is actually right inside of a 4-hour bullish fair value gap, which is right here. So if we're looking at this on the 1 minute, this is what it looks like. If you'll notice, after market opens, we tag it down into this high time frame 4-hour gap, which means I can look for step 2, which is SMT. If you zoom out here on the hourly chart, you can see that ES took this low right here. But if you look at NQ, that low is still protected, meaning that that is going to be our SMT. And I'm sure you can already see where step 3 comes in, this inversion gap right here. We get this bearish fair value gap that gets closed above. And actually we have one right here as well that gets closed above. This becomes our entry. Stop goes below this low. And I'm going to target a 2R again. All right, let's play this one out. As you can see, this one took a minute, but we did end up getting there. And on this one, we made about $600. Coming back now another day to Thursday, the 26th. If I zoom in on where price was on Thursday, you can see that we had tagged into this 4-hour inversion gap. And the reason that I'm including this wick here is because we have a volume imbalance right there. That's when we have space between these two bodies. And all you have to do is include that from the wick to the body of the drawing, and that extends that fair value gap higher. So this inversion gap is what I was looking at on Thursday. As you can see, price tagged into it. We got SMT between these two lows when we tagged into that gap. So higher low and lower low on NASDAQ. And on ES, we had a lower low and a higher low in the same spot. And then we had a bearish 1 minute fair value gap right here. As you can see, this is where the normal fair value gap is, but with this volume imbalance included, this is what the drawing looks like. So if we close above this gap, I'll be in the trade. So as you can see, we've closed above that gap. This becomes an inversion and I can enter this trade. Again, targeting a 2R here. And as you can see, we have our first loss here of about $250. And that was really the only setup possible for that day. Taking a look at my 15-minute chart here, as you can see, we formed a 15-minute inversion gap here from the 12th of February. And if I extend that all the way out, you'll notice that after the open on Wednesday here, which was right here, we traded straight up into this 15-minute inversion gap. So now I can look for step 2. On our 4-hour chart here, if you'll notice, we form a lower high and a higher high here on NASDAQ. And on ES, in the exact same spot, we have a higher high and a lower high. That's going to be our SMT. As you can see, on the way up into this 15-minute inversion gap, we ended up forming this 2-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So if that gets closed below, now that we have our high time frame gap and our SMT, we can take the trade. As you can see, we close below that gap right here, turning this into an inversion and allowing me to take my entry and place my stop just above this SMT. And I'm going to target again a 2R. Let's play this out. As you can see, it took us a second, but we did end up getting there. And you could have exited right here for like a 1.97. Last but not least, we have Tuesday the 24th, which will be our 5th day of backtesting. And as you can see, 9:30 opened right here, and we immediately traded down into this 4-hour inversion gap. Now I can look for step 2, which is SMT. Looking at ES here, we have a higher low and a lower low on our 4-hour chart. But if you look at NQ in the exact same spot, we have a lower low and a higher low. That's going to be our SMT. And right here, we form a bearish 1-minute fair value gap. So if this gets closed above, I'll enter the trade. Right here, we end up closing above that gap. So this becomes an inversion. This becomes my entry, and my stop goes below this SMT. And again, targeting a 2R. Let's play this out. As you can see, we did hit that target. Here we have the final results. Monday with a gain of $404, Tuesday with a gain of $416, Wednesday of a gain of $430, Thursday a loss of $257, and Friday a gain of $630. At this point, you've seen the entire framework: high time frame fair value gaps, SMT divergence, and low time frame inversions. That's how I structure scalps that make me and my students over $10,000 every single month. But here's something important. A strategy by itself isn't enough. If you don't understand risk, consistency, or how to build this the right way from the beginning, you'll still struggle even with a solid model. That's exactly why I created this YouTube video right here, covering exactly how to start day trading as a beginner. If you're serious about doing this properly, click the video on your screen right now, and I'll walk you through everything step by step. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and comment down below what you want to see next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.